We spent the entire night locked inside an extremely haunted castle in a remote part of Scotland. Having the castle alone to ourselves, we were able to look for ghosts in its underground dungeon prison, the place where a grey lady has been sighted, and a room that holds ties to Mary Queen of Scots. What we captured here was truly chilling and unexpected. Welcome to Needpath Castle.
Crypt Keepers, coming at you from another road trip. We are currently in Scotland, first stop, and Jared and I have rented out an entire castle to ourselves. Not only that, the castle is of course extremely haunted.
We are back on the road and it feels amazing to be investigating again. Amy has picked a really good one. We have an entire castle to ourselves.
It's been a long time since I've investigated a castle or somewhere with hundreds and hundreds of years of history just like this place.
This one's gonna be a creepy one. You know, it's got everything you'd expect of a castle. Dungeon, chapel, but the worst part, bats. In fact, not just bats, an entire colony of bats. So I am literally freaking out right now. And I don't even know the ghost stories of this place yet.
This is going to be a really cool one because this place, the stories it has to tell, and as far as paranormal, the reports are pretty cool.
So although this place is pretty epic, who knows, in the middle of the night I might change my mind. And we are staying here for the entire night.
We're going to numerous countries here in Europe and the UK. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to subscribe. But you know what? Sun's gone down and it's time to get spooky.
Resting in the Scottish countryside, quietly hidden in a lush valley, sits the majestic Needpath Castle, a legendary site filled with eerie ghost stories. The original castle on this land was built by Sir Simon Fraser, who in 1306 was hanged, drawn and quartered in London, with his head displayed next to his friend William Wallace's on a spike on the London Bridge. His castle was then burnt down by the English, yet the ruins would pass on to the Hayes family, who would build Needpath Castle there in the late 14th century. The castle would become a prominent stronghold, and the Hayes would even host Mary Queen of Scots there in 1563. Later, in the mid-1600s, it would also sustain great damage as a result of feuding between the English and Scottish. Being garrisoned against Cromwell, it lost a portion of its tower due to cannon fire, but it is said to have held out against attacks longer than any other stronghold south of the River Forth. Soon after, the castle would fall into the possession of William Douglas, and would continue to pass throughout his family. It is here where the castle's first and most prominent ghost story comes into play, that of the Grey Lady. Many to visit the castle have claimed to sight this apparition roaming the halls, appearing as a tall, frail, weeping lady who is described as pale or most commonly grey. She wears a long brown dress with a white collar, and many claim to hear her cries and even screams echo through the stone building. While her actual identity remains unknown, many speculate that the lady may be Jean Douglas, the youngest daughter of William Douglas and Lady Jane Hay. It is told that Jean had fallen in love with a man of a lower social order and was forbidden to marry him. This affected Jean's health so negatively she fell extremely ill, which caused her parents to reconsider, allowing Jean's lover to revisit her at the castle. Yet upon his return, he did not recognise the frail and ill state Jean had declined into, leading her heart to instantly break and ultimately her death. But Jean is not the only ghost said to inhabit Needpath Castle. Many believe that trapped souls still linger in the lower bowels of the building, where a dungeon-like pit kept prisoners during the first few hundred years of the castle's existence. Being the only prison in the county for a time, many would have passed through and even perished here in the most horrible of ways. But could there be other spirits wandering these ancient halls? With the entire castle to ourselves for the night, we endeavour to find out. So if you're ready to investigate Needpath Castle with us, hit like, subscribe, and let's jump into the investigation.
Sun's gone down, the fog has come out. Hopefully the ghosts have come out too. We are ready to take on Needpath.
I'm feeling pretty good. So this is our first investigation for the trip. I thought I was going to be jet lagged because every night I've been like falling asleep at like 8 p.m. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty pumped.
Same, and I think when I just look up at the castle, that makes me motivated to investigate.
Yeah guys, we have got this whole place to ourselves. It is crazy.
Yeah, we've already had a few things happen. Behind the scenes Patreon video. That was so relevant. Oh my God. I can't wait to show you around and see what else we pull out of tonight. You do the honors, Jared. We are locked in. Locked in for the night. Yes. Feels good to be back.
Whoa. And our first room, wedding chapel, the chapel of love.
Fun fact, when Jared and I got married, it was like a quick visa thing. So we never got any wedding photos. We took a few, you'll probably be able to see them on my Instagram, better follow me. Yeah, we took a few fake wedding snaps at the front today. Okay, I just hit roll on GhostTube. We'll just start down here. I don't know if there's so many like ghost stories here. I know this place is set up like a chapel now, but was it always that way? Come closer. Can you guide me where? Come closer to, where are you? I can't see you.
You know what's weird? When we did our Patreon only video, we had a couple of voices come through that were guiding that sounded like almost like childlike like that. Not as quick, but like childlike.
My name's Amy and I'm here tonight with Jared. Can we have your name, please? Maybe you can tell me if this is the way you want me to go. Look at these like legit old windows as well. Feels good to be investigating a castle again.
Did you see this light just go boom and like increase in brightness?
What? Your light that you've got on?
Light, yeah. It just jumped up. I was only on 18 when I set this and it just jumped up. Then you should be able to see it on the camera. And that's a physical dial you got to move. Did you just touch our light?
Dungeon time.
Not going to save it till last?
Listen.
We're listening. Tell us where you want us to go. We're going to head to the dungeon. Will you follow us down there maybe?
Can you make a noise? We're now descending down into the bowels of the castle to reach its former dungeon. Oh, this is creepy. Yep. Feels like a dungeon, smells like a dungeon.
Looks like a dungeon.
Looks like a friggin' dungeon. Well, this was a prison for a time. This was like the only prison in the county, so a lot of people were likely kept here. And notice how I'm walking through this door, Jared?
Yeah.
This wasn't always here.
How the people get in here then?
I'll show you. So this little room used to be an enclosed cell, literally a dungeon. And the only way in was through this hole in the roof up here. So you'd be dropped down through here. Once you're in, there's no way out.
It reminds me of Lep Castle. Lep Castle had one of these, right?
And oubliette, people got dropped in through that hole. Probably got injured falling down here, and then that was it. You were just left to rot down here.
So people would have died in here, right?
Very, very, very likely. We're talking like 1600s. This prison was in operation down here.
Yeah, it's really dank, and it's got that underground, wet, moist sort of smell to it as well. For those watching at home, it's definitely creepy down here.
So these here are just toilets. You guys know how we love the dunnies on AmysCrypt.
We need like a little bingo card or something so we can tick off bathroom every time we're investigating. So I swear there's always one.
True. I like this door though, like the prison door. Now we did get, during our Patreon only, YouTube member only walkthrough, some very, very interesting results down here that was super intelligent, and they came through just here. So in this sort of walkway, hallway, we were rolling GhostTube, and at first it said, okay. We're like, oh, okay. We're going upstairs. Would you like to sort of follow us? We said something along those lines. And then another voice came through and it said, please go. Yeah, we haven't started really.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a woman.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to go up to the dining room now. Do you want to come follow us?
Please go.
Oh my god! That sounded like a smoker's voice, like a smoker woman maybe.
Uh-huh.
But I said I was going to go upstairs, she said please go.
Super intelligent, right on point.
We commanded.
Okay. They want us to go again.
So we had please go in this exact spot and now we command it. We command it's a weird thing to say. That must be built in as well. Like that's a weird phrase to say.
I agree.
Like it's almost like time period, like it's someone back then would say that.
Yeah, like someone in charge down here. We command it. You want us to go? Can you give us a sign? Can you move something, make a noise, say something else, just to confirm you want us gone? Do you have anything else to say? This room is actually really interesting and cool because it contains the well for the castle. Freaking huge and deep as well.
Yeah, I could see the bottom today when there was a bit of daylight coming through that window there, but I can't actually see anything now. Is this like the go-to paranormal spots? There's all these cushions, like people have been having a little seance around here or something.
I have heard that people come down here a lot. I guess the prison, the dungeon area was down here, so investigators drawn down here, they do pick things up. So it'll be interesting to see what we get. I feel like already that hallway is like, what it said is just so spot on and creepy.
Can you tell us about this well? What it was used for? Well, that's a dumb question, isn't it? Can you tell us about this well?
Water.
I found out an interesting fact today that Amy taught me. Why wells are in the basement of castles.
I want to share with everyone or just want to brag that you know something?
Well. So they're in the basement so that they couldn't be poisoned during a siege. Because if a castle was under siege and everyone was inside, if their water source was taken away from them or poisoned, then they would all die of thirst. So they put them in the basement to protect it from would-be attackers. The more you know.
There's some thongs over here.
Thongs? Well, flip-flops, depending on what part of the country you're in. Yeah, why are all these here? And they're all the same colour. There's a whole box of them. All right, spirits. You said please go. We command it. We're going. We're going to head upstairs to the
What
diner.
happened to me?
I'm telling you, this hallway. I'm not sure what happened to you. My name is Amy, this is Jared, and I would love to help you. If you can tell me your name, I might be able to find out some information for you and help you a bit.
You guys might not be able to tell because of the camera angles and stuff, but all of these words have just happened right here in the exact same spot. In this hallway. Right here.
I'm telling you, it's a hallway.
And there's nothing special about this hallway, right? Like,
No.
We don't know of any specific ghost stories to this hallway specifically.
No, I mean, the prison was down here. I guess it's a fire affair.
Weird. We don't know what happened to you, but if you follow us upstairs, we're happy to keep talking to you throughout the night, and maybe we'll learn a bit about each other.
We're now heading up to the next level where there's a grand dining hall and one of the most prominent ghost stories of the castle. It's grand, right? Grand.
It really is. Look at this. It's even got like these tapestries. I don't know if they're original. I'm not going to touch them in case they are, but all these tapestries of like historic figures and stuff. I think there's one of Mary over here.
Yeah,
There she
Mary,
is.
Queen of Scots, guys. She was here at this castle. How cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I love the history aspect of what we do. Mary, Queen of Scots, did stay here. In fact, we're staying in her bedroom. We're going to investigate it as well. I had a little tap
yes,
over here.
I heard that. And our patrons already know I said that I heard something in this exact spot in that kitchen earlier today when I was going to the restroom.
All right,
And it came from in here.
Have a look. We're going to investigate it as well.
No specific ghost stories of this room. This is just their catering kitchen for when people have weddings and stuff.
So what happened in here for you?
I just heard something move around, like there is a fridge in here, just want to call that out. Something moved around in here when I was walking past this door.
Heard that.
Is that above us?
And that. And that.
Anyway, it was louder than all those noises, but still you're hearing stuff, right?
Definitely like hearing little taps around here. If there is someone in here, can you make a real loud noise just so we know you're here? We need loud, something like this.
Jesus. But that's not the most exciting part of this floor.
To be honest, actually, I was told that investigators love this floor. They tend to get a lot of activity happen in here. And I feel like I know why. If we go in the next room, it's pretty evident. So see this big crevice here? That's a fireplace, and it is a frickin' whopper of a bloody fireplace, right?
Hey, can I stand in the fireplace for
You can, because it's that big.
for
Size comparison.
size comparison?
Yeah.
I'm a full-grown man.
Full-grown boy.
This is a big-ass fireplace.
The reason it's so big was this was like pretty much the Great Hall here. It is split off these days with a wall, but you know, back in the day, there wasn't these walls. That's why this fireplace is so massive, because it would have to heat this whole area. Even the roof wasn't there.
Rich.
Rich. I mean, it's castle. The wealthy were here, right?
Are you rich? Don't have to be if they're in a castle.
The ghost story, Lady Jean Douglas, is related to this window, and Rich ties into the ghost story because her lover was not wealthy enough to be accepted by her parents, who were noble people, right?
So what, they were like, you're not allowed to marry her. You're not allowed to marry him. He's like a pleb. What's the word? Peasant.
More or less, but you know, her ghost story gets even more tragic because she died at this window when her lover returned, finally was able to come to the castle and see her. She was waiting at this window, and when you stand at this window, you can actually see the archway that enters into the property. As he sort of rode on his horse or whatever through that archway, saw her, did not recognize her. The reason he didn't recognize her was because she had fallen very ill, looked very, very different, sickly. That broke her heart and she died. And some people say she died here at the window.
She died of a broken heart, perhaps. I'm getting Estee's vibes, or Seer maybe. This chair, definitely. Cool. I mean, it's sad, but I mean, it's cool. Oh, and there's like all these secret doors all over the property, by the way. I don't know what's in here, but it's locked. But there are lots of secret rooms.
So Jean, if you are here, I'm not sure if you are, but if you are, please feel free to communicate with us. We would love to interact with you tonight. I know that a lot of people have seen a lady here. Not quite sure if that's you or somebody else, but if we could have a name to confirm. We're very friendly people. My name's Amy. This is Jared.
Is the ghost of Jean like one of those ghosts that doesn't like men? You know what I mean? Like, because of the story?
I've heard that she has a disdain towards hearing people sort of enjoy themselves. So maybe it's like you're in your own depression, you can't savor anyone else's joy because you have your own sadness that's all consuming, maybe something like that. And girl, like, I feel for you.
Can I show them this secret door? All right, so, well, I mean, I know you can see a handle, so it's not that secret. But behind here is one of the best bathrooms I've ever used, ever. So I know it doesn't look like much, it's just a toilet. But outside this window is a view of just mountains and a river and stuff. It is amazing, but it's nighttime, so you can't see it.
Now we're heading up to the next floor. This is actually our sleeping quarters, and it's where Mary, Queen of Scots, stayed as well. This is our bedroom for tonight. How cool. So this is fit for a king or queen.
Slay Queen.
It is really cool. I did have an experience in here today as well. Just gonna throw that out there, and I really want to tell you guys about it. Happened in that next room over here. So I was standing about here, and we were talking to our guide who led us into the building and was just showing us around how to lock up, things like that. Just having a chat, and corner of my eye moment, something caught my attention in here. And I want to say I saw a woman, but that's not fully true because it was like so partial, if that makes sense. So just through here, this is actually the bedroom. You see the bed behind us. Essentially what I saw was something move across the room from probably where I am here, past the doorway where I was. And it looked like, I want to say mist, so it was white and semi-transparent. If I had to describe what I think it was to you guys, I would say picture if I was wearing a long white flowy dress, maybe a gown or something, just sighting sort of the bottom of the dress, like, I don't know, flitting by.
And we were just standing out there, so Amy would have sent it through this door. And it came from behind this curtain, right?
It wasn't so much behind the curtain, it was like through this door, like I saw it start about here, I guess. And it was making its way this way.
Shall we reveal what's behind the curtain?
Leave a comment. What is behind the curtain? Are you ready for the reveal?
Time's up. Who guessed? A bathroom.
Best toilet ever. Best toilet in the house.
Because again, and we're a floor high now, also has a view of like the mountains and the river, and that's amazing.
As far as ghost stories go, I don't know that Mary, Queen of Scots would haunt this castle. She's not said to, but I was told that a lady in the 1600s did pass away in this room whilst giving birth.
Before we go upstairs, I also want to show you another secret room right here. If I pull on this, me and Amy's kitchen for breakfast in the morning.
I love how it's just hidden in this little closet. We're now moving up to the last level of the castle, and this one is pretty cool.
Whew. I am exhausted. We've climbed so many stairs tonight, and we've gone up and down this building like 5 times. But we are on the top now. We are on the top, so this is it.
Any ghosts up here?
What is it used for now? Like a weird, like a sitting room or something, or a museum or something?
Don't know about specifics. Allegedly, a psychic has sighted people all throughout the castle, including a woman who was seen up here somewhere sort of washing something in like a basin or something. So whether that was a residual sighting or something intelligent, I'm not sure. There are some cannons here, or cannonball, and musket balls, like bullets. Yeah, a third of this place has been destroyed because cannon fire, you know, it's pretty close to the border of Scotland and England, so a lot of battles went on, sieges sort of things.
That would explain the ruined buildings like just outside, like near the archway.
Yes, these bad boys blasted through that. Up here's kind of interesting because there's 2 sides that lead out to the roof, this side, and then there's another way over here. We were up here doing the Patreon YouTube member walkthrough, and when we came up here I was like, oh, I'm going to take them out this door to this side, and as we got up here we went to go out the door, GhostTube said other side. So we're like, okay, I hear you. To the other side.
And it was like a cheeky kid's voice as well that came through.
Other side.
Other side.
Oh, other side, okay.
Go to the other side. Okay, so there's a balcony here, but there's also a balcony on the other side. Okay. That was a child. Or should we go the other side then?
Yeah.
I don't know how much of this you guys are going to be able to see because it's night time now, but the views are spectacular. Our patrons already got a sneak peek. Uh-oh.
Elizabeth.
That was creepy. Elizabeth.
Why are you here?
My name's Amy, this is Jared, and we're just here to talk to you. I don't know why. I feel like they're not saying that their name's Elizabeth. I think they thought I was Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, why are you here?
Yeah.
Maybe you remind them of someone?
Maybe. I'm not Elizabeth. I've come a very long way though to be here and to talk to anyone that might be here. Can I have your name? Okay, let me get out on the... So we're on the roof now, guys, by the way.
Hope we're not locked out here.
Yeah, imagine we just get locked out here. We just have to spend the night. I think we're in the fog as well, Jared.
So we're on the very, very roof. That's a spotlight and our car's parked down there somewhere. Crazy. We're very high up.
Yeah, I feel like I can see fog around you. All right, I'd really love to know who's up here. Someone's spoken to us a few times now. Can you tell me who Elizabeth is?
I feel like that voice as well was the same voice we got during the Patreon and YouTube members walkthrough when it told us to please go.
Yeah.
It's the same voice.
Why are you here as well? Like,
why are you here, Elizabeth? Come on, let's see what's down here.
The response of Elizabeth is interesting, as in this moment I felt as though I had been mistaken for someone else, which was also followed up with a question, wondering why Elizabeth was at the castle. We're not sure who Elizabeth could have been or if this is even relevant, but it is curious to consider the links of this castle with Mary Queen of Scots, who was ultimately executed by her cousin, Queen Elizabeth.
Might not be paranormal, but this door is unlocked. You might not remember, but I said, let's make sure we lock these properly because I don't want bats to come in.
Yeah, you did.
When we walked through this door earlier today. It's unlocked currently. Stiff, but it's unlocked.
Yeah, a bat ain't getting in there.
And you guys are my witness, I'm gonna lock it properly now. That is locked.
I thought I heard a lady.
Like singing or talking?
Whimpering. Or was that you closing the door?
Let me listen. That is locked. That is locked.
Is someone here? You can talk to us. Use this, please.
Without further response, we now made our way back downstairs to attempt to reach out to the best known ghost of Needpath Castle, Lady Jean. Here, we set up to reach out next to the window she is said to have passed away in front of, where we would perform an SD session. This saw Jared wear noise-cancelling headphones while listening to a spirit box and relaying anything he heard come through, while I asked questions he could not hear. Additionally, instead of being blindfolded, which is typical for this experiment, Jared would wear GhostTube Lens to enter a virtual environment where he could digitally scry white noise, which we believe helps to induce a trance-like state and facilitate the best communication possible. We've also got links below if you'd like to try GhostTube Lens out for yourself, but let's get into the investigation.
Go.
And Jared is under. Hello, if there's, anyone around, love for you to walk up to this table where that ball is flashing, where those balls are flashing, multiple balls. Maybe you can talk to that man there. Can you go up and say hello, tell him your name maybe? We won't hurt you, my name's Amy and his name is Jared. Thank you for lighting those balls up. There's also a few other ways to communicate with me. I've got some pretty lights on this table out here. That just shows me that you're here, you're around.
It is.
It is. Are you lighting that ball up? It is.
To sleep.
Sleep? I'm gonna sleep here tonight in the castle tonight. Is that okay?
The task.
What is your task? Can you tell me who's here? I'd love a name.
Please.
Okay, should I use manners? I'm so sorry. My name is Lady Amy. I'm here with...
It's enough.
Okay, I'm sorry. What can you tell me about this castle? It's my first time here to Needpath. What can you tell me
Here.
about it? Yeah, here. I've never been here before.
Higher.
Should I go up? Up there?
Behind.
Behind... So as I said earlier, this used to be like one big room.
Lonely.
I'm so sorry. We're here with you now. Does that help?
He's there.
Where is he? So this is behind me in here. Is he in
The
this?
artifacts.
There are some artifacts upstairs.
Thank you.
Higher.
I'm getting all goosebumps.
Oh.
Crazy goosebumps.
Is there someone here near Jared?
2 meters to him.
You're very close to Jared. Would you have used meters back then? Do you know what?
This is so weird. I'm getting there's still goosebumps
Can you touch him on the hand? Just gently.
wait. Or waiting.
I know
Love connect.
Lady Jean was waiting at that window for her lover. I've heard your story and I'm sorry that happened to you.
He's coming.
Who is?
Tomorrow.
Are you still here waiting for him? Before, when you said behind me, do you mean in this room? I'll just walk.
Cheated?
You feel cheated?
In a minute.
What's going to happen in a minute?
$18
I heard a tap over here.
of the women.
18 of the women. What about the women? Who are the women?
The lives were cut. Felt like it was going to say short, but it didn't say it.
Do you like that we can talk to you like this? The tripwire fully just turned off, then back on again. This one's on now though. That's weird.
This was some really strange behaviour from the EMF tripwire. I've never seen it just fully switch itself off like this before. I know that this device was not running low on battery, and even if it was, this isn't the typical behaviour to signify it having a low battery. I'm not sure if this could have been paranormal or just a fault with the wire, yet this hasn't happened again since.
Never seen it do that. It was like fully off for a few seconds. Did you come up to this table here next to me?
The kids and the cat.
The kids and the cat. The children here? Do you have a kitty cat? A pet? Were you playing with these lights for me? Can you do that again?
Please stay.
Okay, I'm staying the night. Can I show you this one? This is my favorite one. You go like this. That will make some noise and light up. It's cool, or it's fun. You can play with it too.
Fingers.
Can you touch Jared's fingers? All right, that just lit up again, like I was just asking. Thank you so much. Jared just flinched like something touched him.
The cup there. Straight.
I didn't see a cup in here.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps again.
I love this. Can you tell Jared a secret?
It's confident.
You don't have to tell him a secret.
Here.
How long have you been here? Can you tell me?
It's Jared.
His name is Jared. What's your name?
Was sick.
Can I do
Was old. Why me?
Can I do something for you? If you're sick?
You're sweet.
I try. I like to look after people. I know that you went through a hard time.
It's freezing here.
Scotland, it gets cold. Or is it because you're sick? I know about your story and your life.
Dizzy.
I know what happened to you.
It's really...
I really feel like I'm talking to someone who's sick. Do you want some water? Or something else to drink?
Sit.
I am sitting. You're sitting.
Sit down.
Already sitting. Okay, I'll sit with you.
Seat them all.
How many people are here in this room? Seat them all. This is like the grand hall, the great hall, right? So there could be a lot of people in here. I'd say Jared's in a trance now. Can you use him to talk to me?
Either he goes.
He has to stay. We need Jared. But you could use him
Leaves.
Is someone leaving?
He's here.
Who is it? Can you see them through the window? I feel like when it says he's here, it's almost like excited, like the lady can see her lover coming back. But is that just a loop, like replaying that moment? Do you love him?
We're talking.
We are. I don't know if people come here and talk to you often. I hope it's okay that I'm doing that. Is there something that you
Let them. James.
James. Is James your name or somebody else?
Where?
Where do you want me to go?
One thing I just want to call out about that is I went into a little bit of a trance like I do at times, but a few times I felt a twitch like my body sort of getting pushed a little bit out of the seat or something. I didn't say it when it happened, but it was just like a couple of times I twitched. Will say 100%, like one thing I do want to call out is like maybe a theory. Me and Amy hit the gym like for some stupid reason yesterday and we were both really sore and my muscles have been twitching like crazy. But I felt like it was my bum getting pushed out of the seat or something.
I seen you move a few times. It looked like, you'd been grabbed maybe.
Having now pulled out as much as we could from our ST session, we decided to head downstairs to the dungeon and form a prison of the castle to continue investigating.
Jared and I just had a little fight, because he does not want to do Jared's Circle of Doom. So I told him to stop being such a baby. I'm just gonna go do it myself.
We've already set it up. So that's right. Amy's Circle of Doom. Dun dun dun. All right, Amy, off you go.
Oh God. Come on, ghosties.
Amy's going to put on the Lucid headphones so she can... all the sounds in this room will be amplified, so she's going to hear everything. Almost like a live EVP session. I'm going to run GhostTube just to see what we get.
I would love for someone to come and talk to me. Come and just say something real loud.
We've got an SLS camera down there as well. Well, I just heard a noise come down here from it.
Oh shit. That is so loud.
I heard a noise come down from where the SLS camera is as well, just now. Who was with us in this hallway before?
Dude, the tripwire went off as well.
Someone is toying with us down here.
You know what? If you talk to me as well, it's very likely I can hear you right now.
It just said trapped.
Oh my God.
And it was like a whispering sound.
Yeah, I heard it very well, very clear. I'm so sorry if you're trapped down here. How long have you been here? Do you know?
Can you tell me, there was some people talking to us in this hallway earlier. Can you tell us how many people were down here?
My name is Amy and the guy out there, his name is Jared. Who are you?
Can you go up to the lady that's sitting in there and touch her maybe?
Stuck.
Stuck. Trapped and stuck. You know what's crazy? I mean, obviously those two words are relevant, but I feel like down here is where we got most of the words earlier during both our walkthrough and our Patreon and YouTube members only walkthrough. So I feel like there's something about this dungeon basement area.
They've all felt relevant as well. Trapped, stuck.
I want a name though. Can you tell us who's been talking to us down here or who's been following us around tonight? What's your vibe in that room?
Well, I feel a bit sad hearing those responses. I know that people did something wrong to get put in here, but I also know that a lot of people who were put in here was for things like petty theft.
Right.
And some people weren't very old that got put in here. So that makes me sad. And possibly to think that they're still here. Like, this was a prison in the 1600s. That's a long, long time ago. A long time to be trapped or stuck here.
Right.
I also feel cold and like a bit... It feels like there's someone in here. I don't know.
Can you go up and touch the devices? You may have been touching them before, you're making them light up, but that just lets us know that you're here and lets us know that you can understand what we're saying. I swear I had a corner of my eye, like in the darkness, like something move in that room with you just in.
I feel like there's someone else in here. You know when you just got that feeling that someone's in your space?
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah, I feel like I just saw in the blackness like a movement of some kind.
Were you just clicking?
Hunger. Hunger just came through.
Hunger?
Hunger.
Yeah, okay, if you're hungry, I can bring you food.
Actually, yeah, we can. We've got some snacks in our room.
I will bring you some nice food. If you do something for me, I'd like you to come up to any of these lights. Maybe you can talk to us some more. Maybe you remember my name.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth!
Oh my God.
That's not your name, but that's the name that is said on the roof.
I told you before. I really feel like it was like for me, but I was mistaken for someone.
Do you think she looks like somebody? Who does she look... Well, I was about to say who does she look like, but you just told us, I guess. Does she remind you of someone called Elizabeth? Does she remind you of someone called Elizabeth? It just lit up.
Oh my God.
Someone's entering the circle of doom with you, Amy.
Thank you. You can come in with me. My name isn't Elizabeth. I might look like somebody else, but that's not me. I'm sorry.
Can you give us a sign that you want us to bring that chocolate down?
Trapped.
Trapped. Said that. Trapped again.
Can you not go upstairs? Is that something you can try? I know it wasn't always here, but there's a doorway to this room now. And a little staircase.
Leave the circle. We can guide you upstairs.
Here, we decided to swap things up to see if we could get more or different interactions with Jared inside the Circle of Doom.
So Jared had a change of heart. Braving the Circle of Doom. How's it feel?
What did it say?
Melt. Melt.
I just got goosebumps too.
That's creepy.
You know what you can hear on these headphones?
What?
The river.
Yeah. I could hear running water as well.
I can hear the river, yeah.
Can you go up to the man in the corner where I was sitting before? Can you light something up for him? If not, maybe you can talk to me out here. Who was talking to me before? The person who wants to talk to Elizabeth, or who thinks that I'm Elizabeth.
Yeah, that was so weird. It's like someone thinks you're... I know there's like connection with Mary, Queen of Scots and Elizabeth and all of that, but surely they're not mistaking you for Queen Elizabeth.
It's because I've got a very pale face.
Amy does have English heritage, FYI.
I don't think I got any royal in me though.
Nah, you're one of the peasants.
Yeah, maybe a bit of peasant, but I don't think there's any royal.
Since we had swapped positions, it truly felt as though the dungeon had gone quiet, with no further responses through GhostTube or any of our other equipment. So we decided to head upstairs and continue to investigate, as it felt like we'd earlier been instructed to do this. We made our way up to the Mary Queen of Scots room, where I'd earlier seen something in the day, and decided to roll GhostTube Seer, which can generate images based off of environmental readings and AI. But we'd do this with Jared entering the sensory-deprived virtual environment that GhostTube Lens provides, which can be thought of as digital scrying. And right as we began to set up, we documented some REM pod activity.
This is going off as well. Haven't even started yet, guys, just setting up and REM pod's going off.
Cool. Thank you. So to tap over there.
Recording.
Yep.
Oh, getting an image. Recording.
Does it have to do that every time?
I'm seeing maybe like white bed sheets.
Okay.
White sheets, maybe there's some red ribbon or there's like red things draped. You know, I'm not going to say it's blood. I don't think it is. It looks like red drapes in amongst the bed sheets or something, or red decor like.
Okay, so my name's Amy and this is Jared, if you haven't picked up on that already. We are staying in Needpuff Castle tonight. Thank you for having us. I'm calling out to the lady of this room. I feel like I saw a woman's dress earlier and I would dearly love to talk to that person. Maybe you can communicate with us if you step up to the table. We have a couple of red lights on the table. They can't hurt you if you just go towards them. Maybe they'll light up.
At first I thought I was seeing a couple of photo frames of someone there, but I actually think I'm seeing a gravestone with I'm seeing like a rock with like a carving in the rock of like maybe a hooded woman or a hooded person or something.
Okay.
I was going to say gravestone, but it actually doesn't look like a typical gravestone. It looks like a rock with like a carving in it. It's been carved to look like maybe the Virgin Mary or something, I don't know, a hooded woman.
We're not quite sure what exactly this image was trying to depict, but some further research on the surrounding area of Needpuff Castle has revealed that there are a number of old cairns, as well as ancient stones and standing stones in the vicinity, and I do wonder if this could be related or significant to any of those.
Thank you for trying to work out how this works and show us something. Maybe you can show us what you look like. I feel like I saw part of a dress earlier today. Maybe you can show me your dress, what you're wearing.
It's just me, or is it getting really cold in here all of a sudden?
I feel fine over here.
Seeing a little fireplace and a little chest of drawers. It doesn't look like the the furniture in here though.
We are right
There's maybe
near the fireplace though.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that I interpreting the fireplace. It doesn't look like this fireplace, but there's a fireplace. Maybe a blanket on the floor in front of the fire, or a rug.
It's also a rug right in front of the fire.
This is like a black rug though. I don't think it looks like the decor of this room, because this what I'm seeing is very bright and white.
Here's the thing though, if the AI is fed certain, let's say, data, it could interpret it, and like perhaps the spirit is trying to show a certain picture, but the AI interprets it in a different way, if that makes sense.
If it received the word fireplace and chest of drawers, like that might be the AI's way of drawing that.
Whereas if it was a different device, let's say an Ovilus or GhostTube Original, and it said fireplace, that's a lot more straightforward. This is like much more open to interpretation. Thank you for showing us that image. I don't know if you're trying to show us something particularly in this room. Is there something else that you can show us that's a bit more specific? We also have these red lights on the table if you wanted to step up there.
What was that?
That was a noise directly behind you. I've just got full ringing in my ear as well. So I would say that came from like there.
Oh, red curtains, red velvet curtains.
Okay.
I'm seeing red velvet curtains right now.
Anything else?
Hanging around some windows, but and the windows have like, you know, like not bars, but you know, like the crosshatch, vertical and horizontal, like, you know.
Exactly like the windows in here.
Do they have that?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like a white crosshatch, and then there's like red velvet curtains around them. That's what I'm seeing. That actually gave me vibes of this place.
Even if the curtains aren't the same colour as they are now, perhaps, you know, back in the day they were that colour. You said red as well?
Yeah, red.
This image was kind of interesting given that I had just asked for something more specific to be shown from within the castle. Additionally, it almost ties into the castle's most famous ghost story of Lady Jean waiting by the window.
I'm gonna be real with you guys as well. I feel jet lag is
Yeah.
f***ing me up right now.
Normally I'm like hell active in these sessions, but I feel like I'm like maybe falling asleep. Yeah, we've got no sleep under our belts.
Oh my god.
And then there's image coming up.
Thank you. That woke me up.
I don't quite know what I'm looking at. These white stairs, but they're leading to like these white doors. I'm just trying to work out if this looks like anything I've seen in this building. The white doors, like the way I can describe it is, you know those old white doors that've got like the fake wooden frames in the middle of them, like, you know, like that style? It's like 3 doors next to each other, 3 or 4.
So maybe all these
So
doors
like
behind Jared. That's where that noise came from as well. I think the lights just flickered. Can you mess with the light again?
What was that? I heard a noise over there.
Yeah, there was a tap over there somewhere.
This moment was pretty cool. First we received REM pod activity, followed by an image that almost looked like wooden doors within this room, which is quite cool to compare. Adding to this, the random flicker of the lamp and then a noise. Things felt like they might be going somewhere.
Okay, REM
Was that
pod.
you?
No, REM pod went off again. Thank you.
If you're sitting here with us at this table, can you show me who we're speaking with or what you look like?
What the heck? I heard a noise behind you. Also, then that happens.
Sounds like Morse code or something.
Thank you so much.
Now that you're here, can you show us now what you look like? You've got our attention now.
We can see you now that you're here. Can you show this man something?
Yeah, I'm seeing something. It's a face, someone holding their eye, or they're covering their face. It does, I do get the feeling it's a woman, but it could be a man or a child. It's hard to say because it's a bit blurred, but they're covering their face. Now it doesn't look like they're smiling. It looks like they're sad and crying.
Sad?
Rubbing their eye, yeah. It was just like, boom, and then it all started happening, you know?
Yeah. The noise, the REM pod, the image.
It's a left now.
Yeah, that was weird. Very weird. Those noises were directly behind you as well.
Here, the Mary Queen of Scots room seemed to fall silent, so we made our way back upstairs to where it appeared someone had earlier mistaken me for an Elizabeth.
Okay, so I'm rolling on GhostTube Box. Now, if there's anyone that can hear my voice, my name is Elizabeth, and I want you to come up and talk to me if you can. Do you have anything to say to me, Elizabeth?
Here, we each reached out for quite some time, but received no responses at all, which sometimes happens. So we decided to retreat back to the bedroom and get a few hours of sleep in before dawn broke. But we of course rigged up some static night vision cameras to monitor for further activity. The remainder of our time at Needpath Castle had been exceptionally quiet, but all round had quite a good night, especially considering how jet-lagged we both were. We had picked up some strange noises, REM pod activity, I had sighted something during broad daylight within the bedroom, and we'd had some responses seemingly mistaking me for someone else. This was a truly beautiful and epic location to have the privilege of investigating, and if you enjoyed watching it, please make sure to like, comment, definitely subscribe, and turn on all notifications for this channel, as we're gearing up to take you to some of the darkest, scariest, and most evil places on the planet. Starting with our next video at an eerie location in Northern Ireland, where we had some of our most intelligent activity to date. You won't want to miss our paranormal investigation of the Dark Hedges.
Crypt Keepers, morning after sleeping at Needpath Castle, and oh, thank you.
Breakfast is served.
We're just having a little breakfast. Jared's, well, I don't want to give you too much credit and say organised it because this was left here from the castle, but he got up early and set this up. So it's super nice because normally you have like a banana or something for breakfast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This place is really cool. If you ever get the chance to actually stay here, stay here. You loved it, didn't you?
It's really good.
Jared's favourite place ever.
It's up there with one of my favourites to investigate. Well, at least, I'm not going to say to investigate, I'm going to say to stay at. It was like cool to stay at.
I think that we got a few nibbles. I find the Elizabeth responses super interesting, well, for me at least. I don't really know what that means. Other than that, I wouldn't say like we had crazy amounts of activity, but we really enjoyed our stay here and it was a really good night. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and remember, we've got behind the scenes Patreon, YouTube videos as well to check out. I'm gonna link them below. Follow us on all the social medias. You better be liking, commenting on this video and getting ready because we have so much coming from the UK and Europe. So many cool places and other haunted castles. And I think some of them are gonna be all on. Anyway, we're gonna go have breakfast, so.
Cheers. Oh, I need some sugar.